Hey, hello guys. Welcome back. We're back for some more. Let's read these logs. Message for Alex Hawthorne. Unread messages. From you, Bedford. Forgot to mention in my previous message that silly me, I'm mailing you a copy of my favorite serial, The Space Adventures of Singularity Steel. It's about a dashing space pirate with a heart of, well, steel. It's not exactly border-proof, so you don't go showing it around your spacer buddies. I hope it'll amuse you in your adventuring. Any similarities to a certain someone are entirely intentional. Yeaaaah. Oh man, so many messages. Dear Alex, hello, Yeaaaah here, Yeaaaah Bedford. When we met when I accidentally impounded your ship, my silly fat finger embarrassed me once again. I hope that wasn't too terribly inconvenient for you. It was such a pleasure for me, and I tremendously appreciate your forbearance in not throttling me. You really are quite the gentleman. If you're ever in Groundspeaker's airspace, well, space, please don't hesitate to look me up. The Lost Hope serves Spectrum vodka. Perhaps we could try every color. You know, we really tie one on. Okay, so when we're in the Groundbreakers airspace, we want to watch out when we call ourselves Alex Hawthorne. Hello, Alex. Hope this finds you well. It was a pleasure to see you in my office again last week. Once again, I'm terribly sorry about impounding mix-up. How could that happen a second time? Terminals these days, I swear, dreadly unreliable. Haha, just like your ship. I hope you've given some thought into the thing we discussed. You know, about the Wells fellow. I'm so sorry to press, but I have a strangest tickling feeling that you really do know him. And if you could just tell me where he is, well, it would be marvelous for our friendship, wouldn't it? Look forward to seeing you again, wingman. You're a dear friend, Yeaaaah. Alex, I don't know where you were raised, but I'd hazard a guess it may have been a barn, because anyone with even a modicum of decent rearing would know it's unforgivably rude to ignore the ardent, sincerest messages of one's friend. P.S. Please respond. Dearest Alex, I can't tell you how pleased I am to finally hear from you. Your message was hilarious. I am delighted by your sense of humor and your tale of hijinks. I hope your terminal will cooperate for the foreseeable future. By the by, I was scraping Groundbreakers Comms network for tasty little tidbits, and I noticed you declined to dock at Edgewater's landing pad and instead touched down in the wilderness. You rugged you rugged individualist. You individualist? There we go. It's not that hard. I'm just calling it. I'm not a native English speaker, so you know what? I can fuck up. I only pray that idiot Thompson wasn't giving you any trouble. Anyway, I hope your meeting down on Terra 2 proves fruitful, and I look forward to corresponding with great regularity. Yeaaaah. We need to watch out what we say around Yeaaaah. Let's see. Sent messages. To you, Bedford. Look, there's no call for shouting. My terminal was busted. Had a few too many and might have knocked it off the desk. You know how it is. Sometimes you just gotta cut loose. I'm not telling you where Wells is, so lay off. Buy me a drink at Lost Hope next time I'm in, and I might forgive you. Captain's note, SW001, Star Wars 001, Shrink Ray, okay. Note to self, remember this later. No, better. Ada, remind me weekly to check this log until I tell you to stop. Yes, I mean that continually. No, Ada, not if I'm dead. Why would you even ask that? Back to my point. I saw in actuality with my own two eyes a sublimely powerful weapon in Wells' lab, just sitting there for the taking. If the gray hair were to look the other way or forget about it, maybe, or if I had asked a smidgen more nicely. He called it a shrink ray, but wouldn't let me test that claim after I lost my temper. Said he was inspired to create the thing by the achievements of other scientists who dare to push the boundaries of human knowledge and decency laws. I had heard rumors of fanatical weapons like this one, weapons that push the boundaries of the mind and science cutting edge, but I figured they were just stories. To be honest, laying eyes on Wells' shrink ray firsthand is enough to make a fellow wonder if there's more to the rumors. SW002 hammer power. Last time I got sloshed, was imbibing at the Lost Hope on the Groundbreaker. Look at him, was really free with the drinks. He seems like an okay fellow. I shamelessly but subtly eavesdropped on two Mardets yammering on about a mad scientist some years back who claimed he made a huge discovery that would change the fate of the colony. Like none of us have heard that one before. But here's the good part. The Mardet said that the mad scientist kept yelling about Hammer's power or something similar. A strange weapon with a special power created by a crazy lab coat. Sure fits the bill. I could be another one of the weapons that inspired... It could be another one of the weapons that inspired Wells. Alex Hawthorne. Captain's Note SW003. Black Market leads. Why? 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 Why won't Wells just give me the shrink ray? Blast him to the depths of the labyrinth on Tartarus and back. Let the record show I did apologize for shutting him down 5 times, but architect be damned, it's just sitting there, neglected and gathering dust. I should have commandeered it and thanked him without asking permission, or breaking expensive equipment when he said it wasn't ready yet and that even if it were, he couldn't entrust it to someone like me. What does that even mean? I ask. That I'm not trustworthy enough? That I'd use it to wipe out the good, hard-working folks of the colony like some kind of moralist psycho? I'll admit to maintaining some of the questionable associations, but I follow a strict code of me, myself, and mine. What's not to respect in that? Exactly. Now, I have to wait until Wells forgets or thinks he's misplaced it. Okay, now I have to wait until Wells forgets or thinks he's misplaced it. In the meanwhile, I've been tracking down additional rumors pertaining to others of these science weapons throughout Halcyon. If gossip holds true, my next step will be to check with the black market merchants on the Groundbreaker and in Fallbrook. Alright. Well then. Let's see. I've been thinking here that we have a lot of modifications. And we should probably...
time for your regular daily period of unconsciousness?
No, I don't need to sleep. Alright, so we want to install a mod. Yeah, sure. Seems good. Yeah, give that as well. Sure. Okay. Nothing really else we want to do. Yeah, put in the backpack, whatever. I don't care. And then we'll put in... No, we'll hold off on that.
Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now. I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am. Cozy like, ain't it?
What do you think of the ship?
That's in pretty good shape considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yeaaaah LHA 120, A2 model, I'm pretty sure. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a touch underpowered, huh?
Accurate in all particulars. I conclude you are Edgewater's board-certified mechanic.
Well, that's the ship computer. It's not intelligent, but there's a good imitation.
So you're gonna call her it, not she?
Though my voice is currently pitched to suggest female, I possess no gender. Any pronoun preferred by the user is acceptable.
Hello! I am not a board-certified mechanic, but my dad was. He taught me all he knew. Do you understand?
Speech recognition is one of the many skills I have been programmed to simulate.
You're not simulating it, you're doing it! I asked a question and you answered it.
I am gratified you consider this facsimile convincing.
Well, Ada, Parvati will be fixing you from now on. I expect your full cooperation.
I am at your disposal, Ms. Parvati. You will find the technical schematics in the engineer's locker, though I'm afraid Captain Hawthorne has lost the owner's manual.
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches. You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a plasma torch.
It's fucking awesome. Did you learn your trade from your father? Sound like when you talk to Reed.
Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life. Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was.
Did your dad ever work on spaceships?
Not on the regular. Once in a great long while, a Saltuna boat would break down on the pad. He'd always bring me along for those. Mostly, he did the same as me. Kept Bess, the cannery, running. Turned loaders, plumbing and electricity, some plastering. I never got the hang of that.
Reed seemed to have it in for you.
I'm not exactly a model employee. Not like he wanted. The kind that stays quiet and gets the right work done in the right order every day. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us.
But you're actually good at this and you enjoy it.
Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling.
After school, you moved straight back to Edgewater?
Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't brought this up.
Oh, I miss him, sure enough. But he's a fond memory. I was right beside him when he passed, holding his hand. Talking about him makes me smile. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh, look at the time. Sorry to bend your ears so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
I think it's break time's over. Alright. Let's see what we got here. Vicar Max. Give him this plasma torch. Or actually give him the fucking hammer. You can use the shotgun for all I care, that's pretty good. What does his body armor do? There we go. Yep. Well, we're definitely going for the base health. Stay close. Okay. Passive. That's good. Okay, well, actually I like defensive more. That's why I just need to tell him to fight. Oh man, that's a ton of shit. Oof. Well, let's go to Phineas' lab.
Now,
Welcome to System Map. Here you can see all the planets in the system as well as some special points of interest that you may have discovered. You can fly your ship to any location you have discovered, though some landing bays require special codes and access keys before you're allowed to land
arriving
there.
at Phineas's top secret orbital lab. Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Ada, I'd like to learn more about the colony.
What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
Phineas Orbital Lab.
Ah, yes. As Dr. Wells is a wanted outlaw, he built his laboratory into an asteroid. Orbital destinations can be challenging to land on. His more so than most.
Why is that?
The outlaw scientist known as Dr. Phineas V. Wells has taken a measure of precautions to make the lab undetectable to those hunting him. Even knowing the location, my systems resist my orders to go where I instruct them.
What do you know about Phineas?
There is a bounty on his head, one with a markedly high reward amount. Shall I engage the laser weapons system?
Make it so, Ada. No, don't do that.
A sensible choice, as we do not have any laser weapons.
Okay. I want to ask you about something else.
Of course. What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
The Groundbreaker. Actually, Terra 2.
Where in Terra 2?
Emerald Vale and Edgewater.
Edgewater is the sparkling county seat of Emerald Vale, or it was when first built. Since then, neglect and time have worn away her shiny veneer. The town is near the coordinates where Captain Hawthorne died. It would not be unfortunate if something, like say a plague, were to wipe Emerald Vale from the face of the planet.
How is Edgewater faring since we left it?
Since you diverted power to Edgewater, the botanical lab shut down, and the deserters were forced to return to town. Meanwhile, the cannery's output increased, enabling the town's population to prosper. Thank you for nothing, Captain.
What would you have me done? Kill everyone?
I cannot say. First, I need to adjust my memory interpretation sensors, but I think my answer is yes.
What do you think about townspeople?
You mean the ones who did not answer my distress call with medical assistance, but instead came to issue my injured captain a parking ticket? I'm sure they are wonderful humans who don't deserve to be wiped out by starvation or a devastating plague.
Alright, let's talk about somewhere else.
What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
The Groundbreaker, because we're about to go there.
We're cleared to dock with the Groundbreaker if that's your desired destination. If we're going there, please be sure all docking forms have been filed in triplicate and fees have been paid. The Mardettes take their docking laws quite seriously.
Good to know. You can take care of that for us, right?
I can, yes. Let me add that to my list of 1,435,498 tasks I am simultaneously executing in order to run our ship.
Oh, and do it without the lip.
Order does not compute. Nevertheless, I will endeavor to execute my current and future tasks without lip.
Give me the spiel on the Groundseeker.
The Groundbreaker was Halcyon's
Groundbreaker.
original colony ship. It has since been repurposed as a service station in the Lagrange point of the system. Freighters often deliver or pick up goods from the Groundbreaker en route to other destinations. The city ship hosts an array of cargo bays, factories, housing sections, and more. Many of Halcyon's companies maintain office spaces with stationed representatives in what is considered a truly neutral territory within the system. I have filed the required docking forms in triplicate, and fees have been paid.
Hey, pretty good. Lagrange Point is a pretty cool NES game. It has some of the most amazing soundtrack the console has to offer. Go check it out. I'm pretty sure there's somewhere some long play something about it. And then I have one more question about
Monarch.
Monarch.
Where in Monarch?
Stellar Bay.
Ah, Monarch. The armpit of the Halcyon system. Her last functioning port town is Stellar Bay. Well, that is if you don't count Sublight's Smuggler's Port in Fallbrook.
Why is the port being blockaded?
I believe it has something to do with the planet being an uninhabitable wilderness and a lawless land with no corporate presence. You may wish to survey the residents in Stellar Bay for additional data points. It's Sublight run for the purpose of shipping contraband, and before you ask, I don't know the coordinates, so I can't dock us there.
Let's talk about something else.
How can I be of assistance?
I got a minute to talk?
I have lots of minutes. Many minutes. Unlimited minutes, perhaps. Providing an adequate power source, I can function indefinitely.
Tell me about Captain Hawthorne.
I require a captain to pilot the ship. Without an identified captain or crew, I serve no purpose. As you may be aware, Captain Alex Hawthorne was a smuggler of some repute. I failed to predict the likely outcome of his reckless behavioral patterns. I should have predicted that. In our travels together, Alex liked to pass time by, as he called it, tinkering to improve my design.
Has there been other captains of this ship?
If you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? Yes, he was.
Let's talk about something else.
How can I be of assistance?
I'm in a mood for some entertainment.
Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear?
And tell me a joke.
I wish I was your second derivative, so I could investigate your concavities.
Play my favorite song.
Now playing a Spacer's Choice advertisement jingle.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's Choice.
That's not my favorite song.
Everyone in Halcyon is contractually obligated to label this or another board-certified jingle their favorite song. As you wish,
That's enough.
Captain. I must comply with all direct orders.
Talk to you later.
I'll be here.
Oh man. Well, we're here on the lab. I'd love to continue, but I actually need to go eat dinner. So I might just sleep it off. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. We're feeling mighty thirsty, by the way. Drink another. Oops, wrong food. Before we call the episode, I'm gonna take out some of my food I have here. What food did we have? Food. Yeah. Take about 5 of those with me again. Just in case we get into trouble on Phineas Lab, which I don't think we will, but... Alright. I'm gonna call it here. See you guys on the next one. Until then, and thank you for watching this episode of Extreme Exposition.